For this guy, I'll let you guys get rolling. I just wanted to say hi. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you again. Nice to meet you.
I don't even know if I have him here, but I forgot about I've been so many issues. Macro on the wall. Macro on the wall. Are you okay? All right. Right. I'll talk down the line right now. I'm so much for the drop. You're talking to Stuba? As soon as you're done, let me know. You bring the seriously, but no. Yeah. All right, cool. Talking about the show.
I'm not right.
Hey, I got a shirt.
This is my wife, Jess.
Hi, Jess. Good to meet you. Okay. It's going to be a good one. I don't know if I can live up to New Orleans, but
Turn the volume down a little bit. Coolio. All right.
tell him to talk to me on the IP. All right, cool.
This is fun. Okay. Super dark. It's possible. Too high. It's as good as it's gonna get. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Check it out. We are live on Q97.1. Cool.
Let's check our mics, please. Close on the mics, because that's all I can.
Links, enhanced, share chat, capture screen share, control room, YouTube. Okay.
Actually,
So funny, that's great.
Alright, very good. Thank you.
Again, you guys screwed up. I said hashtag WWE, you hashtag just
You're the guy that watches it.
Eagles coming up. Eagles coming up.
What time are you?
5 seconds.
That's the keyword. And we'll go right to the spot.
Alright. Cool.
How's it going? Good, good, man. Good to meet you. Hi. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
It's my wife Georgette.
I'm Jess.
I mean, for this weekend, my producer Georgette. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's my wife producer as well. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, big fan of your show, man. Big fan of your show. It's good stuff. Even though I'm not supposed to say I like satellite radio because I'm terrestrial, but whatever. But whatever. Right. But cool, man.
I'm Julie, California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Fresno, yeah. We literally drove up here like 3.5 hour drive from Fresno, so it's easy.
We were last night.
Yeah, I did it last night. It's easy, right?
Definitely you guys.
Totally. I know. It's hard.
I know, seriously. We're still used to you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you. We'll hang out. It should be interesting.
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Heard that Cody Rhodes has started.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Why did you?
I don't know, I'm just really hungry.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
No, I got it.
We're going to be talking to all kinds of WWE stars this morning, even if you're not a WWE fan, not a wrestling fan. It's going to be a fun one. I'm telling you right now, these guys are crazy. They're fun. You're going to learn a lot about them. They got crazy stories. It's a good time for girls. They're not sit down one day. As far as I got that, yeah, yeah. You got the WWE. So, but you like this broadcast.
Dang, look, I'm concentrating.
You are. But I got the look. You're kidding.
There has been a little bit of a change to how we've always done it. Stay very nice hotel. We're in LA Live.
It's so cool.
How so?
Because with that picture up.
But where our state, that's never happened. Normally they separate it into one. Next year, Thor is the biggest fan we didn't realize there was film. So Thor and I marveled.
That's the chick you were talking about?
Oh yeah, going from Herndon?
Yeah.
So we wrote an easy part of the book, and part of time for the most part. And as soon as we pull up, right, getting out in front of us, now I know how he is. How he was with Derek Jeter, how he was with Rock, and all these people that he wants to meet, he won't do it. He like so I can literally right in front of us and go say something and we would do it. And I'm like, okay. And so we get out, we park the car, we get out, and we walk.
You guys staying through Sunday?
There they are.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Can't make a trip from New York to the West Coast and not stay the whole weekend.
Right.
Got to.
Are you guys gonna be around too?
Yeah. Are you gonna try to hit any of the panels?
Yeah, we're definitely doing the SK one tomorrow.
Sweet.
I don't know, I'd like to do something.
I wanted to hit the Stone Cold one on Sunday. I wanted to hit that one.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool if any of them do. I think it's just a cool thing that they're doing, dude. If they're gonna get rid of access, it's a cool thing for fans to do. You know, one-on-ones.
Yeah.
You decide you can go, you can go do a little workout routine in the gym. Yeah, if you're sneaking into a pretty small amount of wrestlers, chances are they're going to be in there.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
I go to say my house.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Because I just like a
1 2.
Check
1 2.
Daniel
1 2.
Bryan for WWE. And go.
Professional. These only cost like $14 to make. They sell for like $200.
But they break the
Oh, so you were there the whole time? Yeah.
So you gotta replace them. Santiago.
You look like one of the
Yeah, the whole plan.
Well, look and come back.
Right? So every once in a while, I check them out.
Actually, go play.
So now, I want to
Stop it. Just be loaded into like iMovie or whatever. Everything's like already
I don't do that.
Yeah, and he's over there with the dude, and then they walk over.
I'm going to record.
Yeah.
So now the mother she'll take care of
Okay. So finally, I approached them. Yes, they're leaving, and his pictures. I took a picture as well with Daniel Bryan. We're on like he's a tough wrestler, blah blah blah. And I go look back through the pictures. All the pictures of Thor are great. Pictures of me, all of them were
Oh my gosh.
because he was so fanboyed out that the pictures came out perfect. Yeah, it was.
Well, we're going to be taking pictures of everything going on this morning. You can follow us on our Instagram. What's our Instagram?
The show by Brie.
Nice. Follow us on Instagram.
Usually for Brie and Daniel Bryan, and he smiled. I've never seen him smile.
We are also streaming live on our website right now. blogbook.com, and you can watch the live stream and see all the guests that we're going to have on.
Okay, no.
Good stuff. Yeah, I wrote down the elevator this morning with Dallas. It was pretty wild. Yeah, like so inspirational. It's really inspiring. Yeah, we're gonna. So he's coming over here, so we're gonna go down and get coming over at like 3 and see Hall of Fame for the top of the South part. See the business over there. It is always very intense. I just have a weird relationship.
So mad. I and I
I was gonna say it's not gonna be much later though. Right.
Tons of guys now.
I put that in there.
That happened to me. It's telling you what happened to you. That insane.
No.
So yeah, lots of fun stuff going on this morning. It's our 4th annual WWE SummerSlam broadcast. Broadcasting live from Las Vegas. Give EIS a call right now, 800-777-4EIS. 800-777-4EIS. Yeah, listen, driving up, you forget sometimes about but nothing like this in Los Angeles.
Okay, our roads are steep. What's going on here?
And so you never want to get into the accident. That's when you start thinking about your insurance. You want to make sure you have the right coverage. You want to make sure you're out full coverage.
Yeah, and that's what the auto insurance specialists are like now. AIS is only they're going to shop 30 companies for you. How long and how far it's going to be if you have 30 different insurance companies.
Really?
But let AIS do it in one free 10-minute phone call.
Michael would be there.
Oh my gosh. Really did.
What about, old friend.
Nice.
Just jump on board. Save that money. Call right now.
Says it.
777-AIS.
Oh, yeah.
Are we at Unified Beach?
Ay.
I don't hear any of the other calls to you. No, I have to hear.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, cool. Okay, well, that's fine.
I think it'll record anyway, even if it's kind of make you nervous. What's up? Meh. Yeah.
Sing some more.
Thanks.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Like, why are they so pretty? And then find out to tell me.
Oh yeah.
Right next time? Still get it?
Yeah, we'll get it. Sticks to both one and we'll get it.
Should write it.
Yeah.
Better take it.
Nice. That's good.
Wait for that right now.
Yeah. In there. I got one. She does have time.
It's pretty fun. It was definitely fun.
Who wouldn't know?
So Chris Carter burned running top two and Chris Carter and then bugged on his water on his head.
What's up? I just decided my phone.
My wife last year. That's for Josh.
Yep. Totally is. Totally is.
Hi, guys. Where to?
Workout buddy.
Well, we're gonna be right here.
Yeah, he's on Fresno. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Have a seat. How's everything?
Fantastic.
Yeah, you cool?
Yeah, early in the morning, but I feel good. Had a
Man.
couple cups of coffee after a while.
Well, we drove up from Fresno. It's like a 3.5-hour drive last night. Got in around 10. When we got all settled in, about 11:30. Got maybe 2.5 hours of sleep. Woke up like at 3 to get to be here by like 4:30. Yeah, so we're on fuse too.
Okay, cool. We're on the phone.
Yeah, man, it's all good. Cool, man. Well, we're gonna be. I do the afternoon drive show, so it'll be pre-recorded. So help yourself to the mic. It's all you, and then if you don't mind, be filming. She'll be filming. And if you're cool with that, we'll knock it out. And we're kind of gonna play it by ear because sometimes they give me the sign. So
Here we are at
sure.
SummerSlam Radio Room.
We'll set this up here. Right. Check.
In all, Stardust days.
We stick together.
All right, cool. You ready to rock and roll? All right, man. It's all good.
There you go.
It's all good. Q97.1 afternoon drive. Danny Solis live from LA Live in LA. The site of the annual SummerSlam event going down on pay-per-view and on the WWE Network. As promised, we are live and direct at Lucky Strike. I told you we were going to have some special guests all the way live, and we have got one of the most positive people you've ever seen on WWE programming. We have got Bo Dallas live up in the building. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me, Danny.
I'm doing all right. As I'm doing this intro, I'm looking right at you, and I see nothing but the biggest grin I have ever seen.
Oh, that's why I tried to do a smile.
I love it. And seriously, the smile that I'm looking at right now has been the exact same smile that we've seen every single day since you came up on WWE TV.
I like to keep it positive.
How do you do it? How do you stay so positive?
You know, any situation that has a positive outlook, you just gotta find it, you know?
There it is. Well, I'm going to say this, and I totally got to be 100% honest. I was not 100% on board, and I wasn't 100% a believer when I started watching the vignettes coming up on WWE TV. But the minute you stepped down the ramp and I saw you take your first victory lap, I'm a believer, bro.
I was gonna ask you what was the moment.
That was the moment. That was the
Okay,
moment.
okay.
Because see, it was like rising action, man. As Bo Dallas was in the ring, you're escalating. Saw your skill set, all right. Saw that charisma in the ring, but it was totally the victory lap. That was the kicker. That was the kicker. Well, hey man, I want to say kind of welcome back because we were actually here for SummerSlam last year at Staples Center, and that was actually when they had access kind of out on the quad area in the Staples Center, and you actually had a couple matches that were like the fans out there. So, but this is actually the first time that you've been kind of been exposed on WWE TV more than you were back then. What's changed in a year from where you are now back in 2013?
A lot's changed since then. Around that year, that was an awesome experience getting to that SummerSlam access. That was great. Since last year, I was NXT champion, went through a lot down there, and built this tournament. Now I'm here at Dallas, and I couldn't be more excited. Get all the believers I can out here, you know. I'm stoked.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, you did mention it. Obviously, NXT's been getting a whole lot of love and a whole lot of exposure. That's for those who don't know, NXT is kind of the farm system, the developmental system for WWE. And you held the major strap down there for almost a year, a good couple hundred days down in NXT. And I will say this, even though recently people have kind of seen this new Bo Dallas on TV over the last few months, you did actually make a brief appearance on the main roster back early last year, right?
Yes.
And you had kind of a short program with Wade Barrett. And I will tell you this right now, as a WWE fan, I love continuity more than anything. And I'm going to tell you one of the coolest moments was from this last year's Royal Rumble. When you won the Royal Rumble and you and Wade Barrett had that little something. It wasn't really much, but you had a little something. You were like, all right, we're going to work together, we're going to work together. But I love that because there was that little history between you and Wade Barrett, and it kind of came full circle to this year's Royal Rumble. Being NXT champion and now being on WWE TV every week, what is the biggest, like, what do you, what's the prize of the season you have? Where are you headed? Where you are?
Right now, I mean, I got a lot of goals. But if I could say one thing right now is I got my son in the track record for the I mean, the list goes on. The Intercontinental Championship is on this pedestal, and if I could get that, that would be a dream come true. And it's always staying in my mind is somewhere I need to get to.
We've had a heck of a track record so far, man, since the last few months being called up to the main roster, man. Heck of a track record. One minor blemish for R-Truth, man. A little minor blemish, but it seems like you got your payback a little bit, at least after the match, after the bell rang. I think we're seeing a little, even though we can see a big smile, I think behind the curly whites, man, we're seeing kind of a mean streak from both out.
I'm just competitive, and yeah, I lost the weight, so both bets on steroids, right?
All right. So what's the main difference being in NXT and having kind of that built-in audience? Because NXT, Full Sail University was the spot. That's like the venue, the home venue for NXT. But doing kind of house shows, going from city to city, not having that rabid fan base that NXT had, what's kind of been the main change, the difference between being on the road team?
I mean, NXT, the audience around NXT, it's really cool because it's the same people and it's like, but I think the main thing you got to keep in mind is be yourself and not change. Like, it works there, it works here, and to stay positive in yourself and believe in yourself, and everything's gonna be okay. And don't alter anything. I think it's the most important.
All right, cool. Well, I want to talk about lineage, man. We'll kind of go a little peek behind the curtain if you can, but we'll talk about your dad. So for those who don't know, Bo Dallas, you have a long history of WWE superstars in your blood. So for those who don't know, your dad is
Mike Rotunda.
Mike Rotunda, who has worn many monikers, known as Michael Wall Street, IRS. Mike Rotunda, we see him come out from backstage and he's tie every once in a while at WWE TV. So was it ever, growing up for young Bo Dallas, was it ever a slight doubt that you were going to make it in WWE, or that was the path you were going to take?
I always knew I was going to do it. It was in my blood, it was in my mind. There's no stopping me. I just didn't know it was going to happen to me at such a young age. And I had the opportunity at a young age to do it. It was a dream come true. I knew eventually I was going to get into it somehow, some way. It just happened a lot quicker than I thought was possible.
So let me ask you this: having your dad kind of working backstage behind the scenes, was that more pressure on you as being Mike Rotunda's son? Were people kind of giving you more of a hard time coming up?
I mean, of course, those are big shoes to fill and everything, but I kind of came into this and thought, like, I want to make it as me. And if you look at me now, you would never look at me and be like, wow, that's IRS.
Yeah, totally.
So I wanted to come in making my own right. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but like, everybody has their own pressure in different ways, so I don't love it.
All right. But you a little, I won't say easy, but if maybe someone giving you that more of a hard time because you were the son of a wrestler?
I mean, I can take it.
Take your lumps, man, right? Take your lumps. All right, well, let's talk about this card, man. A couple days away, SummerSlam 2014. Obviously, we're going to talk about the main event right now because, Brock Lesnar's coming back after the first time since beating the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, the huge streak. John Cena for WWE World Heavyweight title. That's the match all night and beyond. I want some predictions from Bo Dallas right now, man.
Prediction, what? Coming in, Brock Lesnar. Last match, I could see conquer the streak. I mean, that's unbelievable. No one ever thought the streak was going to be broken. Nobody. But I have to take John Cena's side because he's one of my favorites. Never give a pat attitude. I can say nothing, but I believe in that.
All right. Well, see, that's actually, I wouldn't guess that Bo Dallas would be a John Cena fan just because I would think Bo Dallas would want some competition for his positivity and his attitude. So that surprises me.
No, absolutely. I've learned a lot from Chelsea.
Right. So I want to know, and kind of going, we'll say internet sites and stuff like that. Freaking love it. Love gossip. I love it. I was reading something. It's not even really gossip, but I was reading an interview with Roman Reigns. And kind of one of the internet jokes is, you know where I'm going with this? You already know. You already know. And I'm gonna assure you, every one of these tables that you're gonna be at is probably gonna ask the same thing. So Roman Reigns was like, you know what? When I was with the Shield, me and the Shield were kind of known as the wettest guys on the WWE roster, but in comes Bo Dallas. He took the title, man. So you come soaking wet in the ring, man. Tell me why.
I'm trying to go down in history. It's the wettest in history. 5 to 10 bottles before I go out.
Is that like legit? Is that what you do?
Yeah. So, it's not a shower. I gotta get my mind right. Wait to go.
That's it, dude. There's gotta be some kind of psychological reason you do it too, man. Your opponent's like, shoot, dude, where do I grab him?
It's also a defense mechanism. You can't hold on to it.
Right? What's your secret, man? That's so bouncy. How do you keep it so thick and luxurious, dude?
The hair?
Yeah. Well, the hair. What else? I told you nothing else.
I can't give away my secrets.
All right, man. Well, hey, I just want to thank Bo Dallas for real. Like, honestly, as a fan, from a fan standpoint, when I was out here years ago, Bo Dallas, I was excited just to see him. I'm excited to see any cats come up from NXT and be like the dudes I'm cheering for on the main roster, man. So where you are right now, I just best of luck and everything, man. And it's a pleasure and an honor to mention you, because I know by SummerSlam 2015, I'm gonna be talking to a dude who has at least 1 or 2 title reigns under his belt.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Last words for Fresno?
If there's anybody out there having the fact to spill coffee or share or stuff in track, you know, nothing's going away. Stop and think about it. Today could be the best day ever. It's up to you. All you have to do is believe.
I am a believer. Bo Dallas in the building. It's Q97.1. Thanks, man. I appreciate it wholeheartedly, man. I appreciate that.
No problem. That was fun.
That was cool, man. Mind if we take a couple pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the man. Cool. Yeah, grab right there. I do, I guess, right here. Wherever it makes sense. Wherever it makes sense. Wherever we got room.
You're always on the road. Oh, okay. She was the one who
I will.
No, we're going to have to do all this stuff.
Okay.
It was like all
Human being.
Yes, I do.
SummerSlam is on Sunday. Before you go,
I'm building around with that.
You know the first time you felt that
yeah, John wrestles once every 4 months.
Yeah, John was Twitter for that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I gotta find some more money. I'm ready.
Fresno in the house.
Fresno in the Heezy, what?
I have family who have farmland. I don't know.
Danny Solis. Nice to meet you. You got family in Fresno?
Well, actually, my family has some farmland, so you know, my dad stayed there a couple of years. My brother, and one of my best friends lives there too.
That's cool. Sweet. I love Fresno. We drove like a 3.5 hour drive from here. Easy. It's like in the middle of everything. It's like right in between LA and the Bay.
Totally. I love it.
I love it. All right, cool. So I do afternoon, so we reported for afternoon drive, and then and if you don't mind, should we take a video?
Yeah. Sweet.
My producer slash wife.
Oh, thank you for that. It's so nice that I can go over and see my husband too.
Pretty cool. All right, sweet. Check, check, check. Cool. Are you ready? Ready to rock? All right. All the hits, Q97.1. Danny Saul is still live at LA Live, Staples Center, home of WWE SummerSlam 2014. All day long, all morning long, we've been having some guests, and we have a very, very special guest live in the building. We have Brie Bella live up in the Ash, how you feeling? Give me another woo. I love it. We officially got a woo girl in the house.
That's right.
The first woo girl of the morning. Hey, thank you for taking time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. So you excited about this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's like since Sunday already come.
I know, right?
Oh.
Crazy. I freaking love the fact that SummerSlam is straight Staples Center, straight like a West Coast staple, like
No, right?
West Coast. I love it. I look forward to it,
me
man.
too.
I freaking love it. Anything on the West Coast? WrestleMania next year?
Oh my God.
West Coast? What?
And by wine country, what?
Right?
Like the Bellas are gonna be like red lips and teeth the whole time.
That's all this weekend. All this weekend. Wine, a glass of wine in hand all weekend.
Oh yeah.
Hey, all right. So Brie Bella has been on a friggin' roll for the last not just couple weeks on TV, not just for the last couple months, for the last freaking since Total Divas dropped, man. It's been all friggin' Brie Bella and Nikki Bella and Daniel Bryan too.
And yeah, and
Daniel Bryan too. But hey, seriously, from when you and your sister first started in WWE to where you are now in 2014, could you have even imagined that you'd be in the position you're in now?
No,
Totally.
not at all. I mean, if you would have told me when I first started, oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined right next to Brie Bella. The lovely Stardust has joined us.
do you actually know what I learned earlier from Stardust?
I'm really excited to see what you learned from Stardust.
Venus does not have seasons.
Son of a gun, really?
Venus does not have seasons. That is a fact. Like Brie Bella is going to beat Stephanie McMahon.
Dang, I love that. I love that. So we officially answered the question. Stardust is the Brie Bella fan.
He is.
Can't wait for that interview.
Oh, it's gonna be out of this world.
Nice,
No pun
nice,
intended.
good fun. I love that. I love solar system fun.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I want to talk to you. Oh, so you're saying kind of about like where you've been, about where you've been.
I would have, if you would have told Nikki and I. Absolutely not. And you know, I think too, when we first started, our biggest concern was just learning the craft of wrestling. Because we knew how far behind we were, and for us it was so brand new. But if you would have told me, oh, and you're going to have a reality show, and you're going to grow as a wrestler, and people are actually going to care about you, and you're going to have this amazing husband named Daniel Bryan, if you would have told me all this, I would have been like, no, you're kidding.
For all of us, and bring it up for the rest of the table.
Brian, they're married too. Isn't that cute?
Totally. If you missed it, Daniel Bryan just came over and gave Brie Bella a big fat kiss.
See, WWE is a really big family, so this is what happens when you put us all under one roof.
Totally.
Exactly.
And you know it's totally appropriate that Daniel Bryan just came over and gave you a kiss because I wanted to ask you a big question right here. And kind of reading and even seeing most recently like the Triple H DVD that came out when he was talking about his relationship with Stephanie. Was anything ever told you or to discuss with your family or family kind of give you advice? Hey, you know what? Whatever you do, don't date a wrestler.
Well, and you know what? I told myself that.
Really?
Because when I first started in the business, you do see where couples would be together, then also they break up, but would still see each other.
Right? Awkward,
And
right? Awkward.
So awkward. And it was hard for them to get over, you know, whoever they were with. So for me, I was always like, you know what? I'm never going to date this. Like, ever. And, of course, Daniel was the first one. And, you know, my family, you know, I think their biggest concern was Brie, like, when it comes to you having a family, you'll be the one home and he'll still be on the road. Are you okay with that? And for me, it's like, well, I know the road and I know it all. Like, of course. Like, will it be tough the times when he's on that 2-week tour and if I'm at home with my child and it takes its first steps and he's not right next to me? Absolutely. But, you know, thank goodness for technology and having FaceTime, making videos. So I guess just being a diva and knowing that world, I think, you know, is easy. But those are definitely their concerns.
Dude, how crazy is it? And I know Daniel Bryan's been talking about it for the last few months. Just everything that's happened on his end, and you're kind of I mean, you're stuck together. You're stuck together. Everything he's going through, you're going through right now. Right?
Well, it's funny because I think a lot of people don't realize just what a tough summer we've had.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to get married. Like, we were planning on getting married more towards the end of the summer, but then they're like, hey, we can showcase it on Total Divas. And Bryan and I are very loyal to our fans. We feel, honestly, both of us would not be where we're at if it wasn't for our fans.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not share that really special moment with them? And then it was right after WrestleMania. So we're on this big high. Here he wins the titles, which has been, for him, a 15-year-long struggle, not to mention WWE, everything he was going with Stephanie, you know, in the last year. And it was just like, to have that, we get married a week later, and then, you know, to come back from our honeymoon, and, you know, Bryan lost his dad tragically. A week later, had to get emergency neck surgery. 2 weeks after that, had a relapse. Then got stripped of the title. So then we get robbed. It was just like, it's been this roller coaster ride this summer, and I'm just like, I just hope it ends at SummerSlam.
Peaks and valleys, right?
You know?
Peaks
like
and valleys. You've had enough valleys, man. It's time to peak this Sunday.
Do you know what I mean?
No, totally.
That's what Bryan and I say.
That's how it is. Because everything's gotta be a total balance. Stuff's gotta get real crappy before it gets real good. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I always feel like there's rainbows after a storm. So I'm just hoping the storm ends this weekend and rainbows after my match when I see Stephanie crying on the way to the back.
There you go. I want to see puppy dogs and candy canes after that match.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, totally. What are you doing to prepare for your match?
Okay, so
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm really lucky because Daniel Bryan's my coach. So
and we saw a little bit of the Yes Lock last Monday.
Did you like that?
I freaking love it.
You know?
I love that.
And my husband trained me to put that in 10 different ways. So I'm ready. But also, I've been doing a lot of CrossFit because I haven't been in the ring in 2 months. So for me, it's like doing like weights, sprinting, and you know, it's like 110 degrees in Phoenix. So I'll go outside, sprint, come back in, lift weights, do like this whole program. So like I just get in that ring shape. So I've been training really hard.
All right. Is that what you usually do? Are you CrossFit girl?
Well, yeah, and that's more Nikki. Okay. I'm more the yoga, Pilates, spin. I want to mentally be clear, physically, like, you know, get strong. But I've been actually really enjoying CrossFit. And I think it's too, seeing your strength grow is what becomes addicting. Yeah. But, you know, I am one of those, like, after sometimes CrossFit, I'm just like, I just wish I had a nice hot yoga session. You know, wasn't so tired, but I'm enjoying CrossFit.
Dude, that's awesome. I think that's cool. And seriously, like, just seeing you on Total Divas, I'm pretty sure, and I can speak for this young lady to my left right now, that's kind of like the biggest question. Man, what the heck does she do to keep looking so freaking good? And I can say you look good because you're looking at one of your biggest fans right here.
I love it.
I got permission. Totally.
Well, you know, it's so funny. I'm one of those. I was never anyone who ever like was into dieting, but I always ate super healthy. And I'm kind of into processed food. So and being on the road, everyone's like, how do you do it? I always search for local food spots. Anything that doesn't have to be packaged. And, you know, Bryan and I would drive 20 minutes out of the way, or 30 minutes, just to find a local food spot that's all from the local farmers and local meats. And I think that's always helped me. I'm really moderate, but always every day, whether I'm walking or I just go do cardio or I do something, I'm really into my juices. And I think because I am, is that my body's just different. Because I'll tell you something, I have to have my glass of wine and skinny margarita here.
Of course,
you cannot take that away.
You can't be freaking out working no play. Really?
I'm Mexican Italian. It's like, listen. And you know, and I'm one of those because I eat healthy a lot that if I feel like wanting to eat a pizza, I do. If I want to go get a Mexican meal, I do. Italian.
You gotta enjoy life, baby.
That's what I've always lived by. You have to enjoy it. Because I do it in a very small portion.
So much good stuff out there, man. Don't deprive yourself, right?
Right? I agree.
Totally. All right, so let me get some predictions from Brie Bella for the rest of the card. Because we obviously know that Brie Bella is totally going to be in Brie against her match.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about Brock Lesnar and the man who is currently dating your sister Nikki, John Cena. Who's gonna walk out of Staples Center with that WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
You know, it's so hard
because you're conflicted, right?
I am. Because I look at Brock Lesnar and He's monstrous. If you were ever in a dark alley and you came up on him, forget that. It's like a scary sight. And I just, gosh, I feel like he destroys people. He destroys them. But then I do see John, who is always on the road. He's constantly working in the ring, and he knows his craft so well. So I always think, like, sometimes that overcomes the beast.
Yeah.
And I know Brock did beat Undertaker, so you know you take that into consideration. But I think I'm gonna go with John on this one.
Son of a gun.
And
Well,
not because he's my future brother-in-law,
right?
but I just feel like sometimes mind over matter wins.
There it is. So speaking of maybe future brother-in-law, the next season of Total Divas will start when?
September 7th.
All right, September 7th. Look forward to seeing that. Is that going to be just on E? Is it going to be on the WWE Network too?
It'll be, third season will start on E, and then we'll eventually, once, because I think we're still in season 1 on the network. So,
Sweet. Network's freaking cool, man.
isn't it amazing?
Yeah, totally.
And it's only $9.99.
What? It's the first time. It's literally the first time I've ever heard that.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, it's like always stuck in my head.
I love it, totally. All right, well, I know you got limited time. Last words for Fresno from Brie Bella before SummerSlam this Sunday.
Well, Fresno, I must say, I feel like I have some family ties there because I do have some farmland in Fresno and one of my besties. And I just have to say, I hope you guys all have my back at SummerSlam because I am Latina and I know you guys want to take it.
There it is. Fresno loves their Latinos. And
They do.
Matter of fact, a week from Sunday, there's a house show in Fresno. I don't know if you're going to be there.
I don't know. I hope so. I always love wrestling in Fresno.
All right. Catch up with some family. An open invitation to come to the Q97.1 studio when you're there.
Oh,
open invitation.
That sounds great.
Brie Bella live up in the studio. WWE SummerSlam. Check out Brie versus Stephanie McMahon live on the WWE Network. Thank you for your time. You were freaking awesome.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you. Do you mind if we take a couple quick pictures?
Let's do it.
So that's part of the version. Hello, guys.
Oh, man. That's super cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy 1. Beautiful. Awesome. You are awesome. Good luck with everything.
You guys too.
Not personally. No,
She's cool.
She kept getting
You know what? So I'm gonna say
okay.
I know. What am I talking about? Simone.
I told you it's a beer. Full beer.
Like Daniel Bryan?
No, not like your brothers.
Nice.
As well as
Oh, okay.
you look under that like, I already get there. You look under that like, all right.
Whether I started like, what is this? I hear them in the beat there.
I was told
I but on this one, just on this one.
Right.
Is that right there, like the first time you
Is there a light?
Oh, man. Yes.
Nice job.
You are doing it. Oh, you're really get out of here.
Yeah.
It's a planet.
I started the hell out of here. Is that where the client is? I'm the key, yes. Oh, what a yes.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. It is awesome. It is awesome. He's legitimately been texting me for a week. Look, I'm coming. I just love it. All right.
You probably just wanted to make sure you really knew he was serious.
I was like, all right, cool. I'll be awesome. No, I'm literally, you don't believe me. I was like, all right. Then he shows up.
That's awesome.
And now he's like bouncing all over the place. It's just hysterical.
That's awesome, dude.
Can't make it up.
Don't give him any more coffee, okay?
I didn't ever see that.
Live for the show. There, now we're I don't know what's happening.
Yes, I know.
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely. You don't need somebody. All right, is there any motivation? All right, maybe go down and I watched motivation stuff. So it's not so much like a motivation figure as it is with athletes. On Twitter right here, just you can be a champion. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of just developed, and it's sort of. I don't know why I'm there was no break there, but I didn't have maybe the first 2 things. Well, what are you doing at SummerSlam? I'm not sure. Down to Los Angeles, I'm going to they're engaged or they just want to wrestle.
Wrestling, we were married.
I don't have an engagement. Right now. Well, it's you do have some family history. Yeah. All right. Well, now how long is that one song that you learned? Yeah. And then that's the and then the legal hits, and then what time do we do? Drop the second song. So wherever you want. Okay. So perfect.
My elevator buddy. How you doing, brother?
So you have
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? The lighting. I got it. So, yeah, like a good vibe. Weird, different.
something big.
I know. Back in school, Bill Nye the science guy. So funny. Run around
Just pull up like looking around. I've been 41 minutes. Good.
I'm looking at the star right now. Dawson and I have been. When you can't, unless you scream really loud. So, you bring up, well, somebody's next I'm starting to
I'm Georgia.
I can't wait. That's what sells Vegas rating.
So random. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
What is up all day?
I didn't think of anything interesting. Sunday was my day.
I say the words you say. So we're done. Everything is coming up.
Right, I am so inspired right now. Truly, and my morning started off with just serious grace. Oh, jealous. Oh, we made it. We made it. We did it. We are slowly this morning. 4:30 this morning. Yeah. It's here. So you're gonna run it.
On TV.
Thank you. Hey, SummerSlam Radio Road. Now we must out.
So we're just talking with it all on here. I'm gonna start with that. One of the funniest things, one of the greatest. One of my favorite things.
I know, right?
You guys have to
Cool.
You're the guy.
This guy. How you doing?
Did you remember it?
Please, have a seat. Have a seat. While my lovely wife Georgette prepares the video, and I prepare the audio. So, recorded for Afternoon Drive in Fresno. I kind of just want to take you in for a minute before we even get started, because I want you to be absolutely comfortable in your skin and your space in this area. I want you to be completely at peace, at ease, and ready to rock. And please, by all means, treat this mic as if you were your own. You want the light on?
I am at
Alright, we're rocking.
Yeah, baby!
Your own it. So, if you're ready, I'm ready to rock. All the hits, Q97.1, Danny Solis live and direct from Los Angeles, California, baby, the Staples Center, home of WWE SummerSlam 2014, and we are here with a bona fide, unintended superstar. She goes by the name, ladies and gentlemen, Stardust. Thank you. Thank you. Now, before we start this interview, I got to make mention of one thing. So, there have been a few of these interview sessions that I've been a part of. About a year or so ago, I interviewed a gentleman with a slight mustache by the name of Cody Rhodes. Year after that, interviewed another gentleman, also by the name of Cody Rhodes, minus the mustache. This year, before SummerSlam 2014, I'm interviewing Stardust, who bears a striking resemblance to that handsome young man named Cody Rhodes. Would you like to elaborate on that?
I can actually provide you with something that no one else has been able to up to this point. There has been the Cody Rhodes spot.
Whoa. What?
Oh, yeah.
Can you elaborate on Cody Rhodes?
Fishing along the Alaskan arc of television, and he has a full beard.
From mustache
It's insane. Mustache, full beard now. I just saw a picture.
Unbelievable. We ready for SummerSlam this year?
I think the term, and I was told this is a bizarre, not the appropriate term, Goldust and are going to penetrate SummerSlam.
Excuse me?
No, and I only mean that in the sense that you would say we are more than ready. We are beyond. The first time somebody told me that if you put salt in a bowl of water, obviously getting this bowl of water is a task nonetheless, but the first time somebody told me if you put in a bowl of water it would float, as excited as I was then, I am that excited.
You know, that is pretty damn exciting.
I am excited.
It really is. So the last few weeks, we've been seeing some kind of backstage antics between Stardust and Goldust. I totally couldn't even explain it if someone asked me to. But you were totally talking about some cosmic key, some kind of something that was over the heads, I'm sure, of many WWE viewers. What was really going on backstage between you and Goldust? What's happening? I want to know. I need to know. I need to know about this cosmic key, dude. And there needs to be a payoff.
I need to know. I need to know. Did you see the chalkboard?
I did.
I put everything on that chalkboard. I slaved over that chalkboard. You know what some of those figures, some of those quotations?
Most of the stuff.
Do you know what that?
Most of that stuff I saw means absolutely nothing.
It means everything.
I have no idea.
The truth is, people tend to think too linear. They think that the cosmic key might in fact be a parallel. It might in fact allude to the tag team championship. And it does!
Absolutely.
It does! I cannot say.
Do you will allude to it? You're going to love it. I love it. Because as a fan of Cody Rhodes and now Stardust, yep, that's right, that's you. I am crazy anxious to see Goldust and Stardust jump back up into the tag team ranks. We need to get back into the mix. We need to get back into the tag team championship foil. Is that something that's going to happen?
I don't think foil is the proper term.
Is it?
I think you just took your journalistic integrity and you might have thrown it out. You might have just taken advantage.
I've heard
it for granted.
I've heard the term pseudo-intellectual thrown around more often than I'd like to.
I would love to be in the foil, as you said.
I do say. You're in the foil? Look it up right now. We're going to take a break from this interview and look up foil right now.
I mean, foil, you can't put foil in a microwave.
I totally don't like where this is going.
You can't.
You totally can't.
I don't think people understand how microwave conduction and convection, how that works.
If we totally had time, I would love to hear your theory on it.
I would love to explain it to you. But you can't put it in the microwave.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Goldust and I can't go in the microwave.
So what I want to know is when Stardust flies in from wherever Stardust was into LA, checks into his hotel, under what name does Stardust check into?
The Stardust Meet Hotel. The Staples Center. Where SummerSlam is at.
There it is.
What's its shape?
Dome.
Dome. Circular.
Oblong.
That's, saucer. Saucer. Shaped like a saucer. Stardust need a hotel.
Stardust does not need a hotel. Breaking news, you heard it here first. Stardust does not need a hotel. The Staples Center in LA. Are you looking forward to SummerSlam?
If I did check into a hotel,
okay, here we go.
I would use the secret name, which no longer is going to be secret, so I'm going to have to come up with a different name. I would use the name Mike Archer.
Mike Archer?
Mike Archer.
All right. Obviously now since you said
I have no clue why. I would use it. Right? I don't know.
We currently have some individuals just watching over the interview, kind of giving the side eye to Stardust right now.
That is Joe.
That is.
I have known Joe for 8 Earth years.
Which is how many in Stardust years? Son of a gun.
Again, cosmic clock versus linear clock. We could talk about this all day.
Right? It's a question not even worth answering.
Not at all.
How big are the rings around Saturn? Why even ask?
The sun is 400 times larger than the moon. Where
is this conversation going?
Where's it at?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So the complete total Stardust transformation from Goldust needing a reliable tag team partner. Where did it even come from? The whole Stardust concept. Who beckoned Stardust to come down to earth to tag with Goldust? How did that come to fruition? How did that even happen?
Do you believe in Big Bang?
The TV show?
No. Gosh. Absolutely not.
I do. Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
I do believe in the
What do you know about the Big Bang?
I believe it is a theory in which something many, many moons ago happened cosmically and created all of this crud we know as human life.
Did you know that Venus has no season?
Yeah, I actually do, because as I was doing an interview with Brie Bella not 10, 15 minutes ago.
Did I tell you
that? Yeah. You totally crashed your interview when you told us that. So we totally knew that.
Well, let me provide you a more concrete answer to the question about where did start this. That feeling in here, that feeling of childlike wonder. Do you remember the first time you felt that feeling?
I believe, yes. It was the first time I laid eyes upon the most mustachioed man that I have ever met in my life. I do remember that day vividly.
What that?
I was giggling like a schoolgirl on the inside, had a nice, solid facade on the outside.
That is where Stardust, from feeling of childlike wonder.
Childlike wonder. I buy it. There's really, literally nothing else you can say as far as.
I can't tell you about Venus.
Because we've known about Venus.
Apparently, already know.
We've known about Venus since our Brie Bella interview. Since way back in our Brie Bella interview. So what I want to know is, as Stardust in your current incarnation, does Stardust now have any family bloodlines to the man behind the Goldust, to the man behind Dusty Rhodes, or is Stardust on its own, his own entity, his own being, his own entity?
Is anyone their own entity? I mean, we're all connected.
We are all connected.
You know what makes up 90% of our bodies, right? Do you know? Does anyone know?
Well, this morning, bacon for me, because the breakfast here was dynamite.
So for you, you are 10% bacon, 90%. And no, I have no connections with anyone in WWE other than Goldust, and I would call what Goldust and I have what you would call.
I would call it a cosmic connection.
That's
a badass tag team.
Copyright. That is why you are a journalist. That's right. That's gonna bring us into the foil.
Patent pending. Cosmic connection. Danny Salas came up with it first. Cosmic Connection, Tag Team Champs, 2014.
You've heard it.
There it is. So what do you got to do now to get those tag team straps around your waist?
Well, that is a great question.
It is? Yeah.
What do you have to do to get those tag team straps?
Well, I know what normal humans would have to do.
What would they do?
Fight and claw and cheat and steal and
pin a man's shoulders to the mat with a count of 3.
But yeah, this is the first time I'm talking to a star man. So I want to know what Stardust has to do to get those tag team straps.
Stardust plays within the rules of WWE.
And Stardust speaks in third person, apparently.
Where reality exists, Stardust can find himself there from time to time. But to really be specific, Goldust or Stardust would have to pin one of the Uso brothers' shoulders to the mat for a 3 count. Something that Stardust has done before. Something that I think Goldust has done before. So it's that simple.
It's that simple. You get 2 chances.
Oh, but it's not that simple. Everybody loves the Usos.
They do love it.
I say Us, you say
oh!
Right there. I say Us, you say oh!
I say Star, you say Dust.
I agree.
Stardust live in the building, WWE SummerSlam live on WWE Network this Sunday. I want to see Stardust involved somehow, some way in SummerSlam pay-per-view. Even if it's backstage vignette, I need to see Stardust more on my TV screen. Make it happen.
Making it happen.
Making it happen. Last words for Fresno Stardust?
I have given you all the words I can give you. All I can give you now is my essence. That's all we want. It's my essence.
Stardust live in the building.
Are we all getting it?
I'm getting it way more than I needed. Q97.1. You are the man.
Thank you.
You are the man. Dude, thanks, man. We grab a couple pictures. You're the man. Alright, it's your good side. There's no bad side. Okay,
That's not me.
One, two. That's one.
Did you like the maple Jimmy brother?
Sorry.
So funny, dude. It's really exciting.
Let's all drink the water. SummerSlam radio roll happened in 1999. You gotta mention Stardust. It's in 1999. But it was only visible.
That's such a good picture.
Yeah, it's super cool.
This is yeah. I mean, it's very early on. You're all made this. This. Over back to wrestling.
Explain.
Here's the thing. You started Goldust.
Oh, this went down to 2 viewers.
Our soul. Take it off. I watched this Spider-Man basically. That's not real life. That's right. And it's the guy. Years since How do you feel about it? You're talking about flowers, a lot of people say, you know, yeah. I'll get rich doing this. Hey, that's my RVD. Yes, that's something else. Drink the atmosphere. Truly number one. Is that a bag? No! Oh! Relax!
Alright, let's get the original on your 5 games.
Yeah. That's all he does.
I mean, Johnson, Rock, I mean, it's Brock Lesnar's beast. John Cena has overcome everybody, but never a challenge like the Brock Lesnar that we've seen. Which way is this going to go? I don't know. Thoughts start.
The air feels good.
Human sacrifice. I would do that. Are they giving you a
You gotta follow that.
He's everything.
How you gonna follow that?
I'm not.
Follow that. Danny Solis, Fresno. Good to meet you, man.
I
got it. Ooh,
Live and video.
yeah.
Come on, working double duty today.
Heck
I
yeah.
don't have to hold this right and just sit right there.
It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. So totally keep it recorded for afternoon drive in Fresno. Totally treat that mic as if it were your own. It'll be all good. You set up. You're ready to rock. I'm ready to rock. Ooh, ready to knock it out? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So are we going by Goldust? We going by Dustin? We're going by Goldust. Minus
I spill water on myself.
all good. All good. That wasn't caught on camera. Oh, wait.
See,
Wasn't caught on camera.
that's a live.
We're done with the interview, dude. I just need this one to go viral. That's it. All the hits, Q97.1. Danny Solis still running the afternoon drive and still live and direct from LA Live. Lucky Strike in LA, right outside of the Staples Center, home of SummerSlam 2014. And we are here with a bona fide champion, former Intercontinental champion, former tag team champion. My man has been in the game for so long and has done it all.
6 years.
How long?
26.
26 years. We're going to talk all about that. We've got Goldust live up in the building.
What's going
Welcome.
on, man? Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, thank you for making time. And I had to kind of off the air a little bit. You are Goldust minus the makeup right now.
That's right.
So
But this is radio.
this is radio, but it will
You can't actually see me.
but it will eventually be
Live is here.
video. That's right. That's right. It will eventually be video.
It's a little early in the morning for me to blood of paintbrush.
Really? Yeah. Well, I gotta say this along those lines. It is not.
Look at my pretty face. I mean,
Dang, you're freaking handsome.
no, I'm a 45-year-old man. I'm pretty good looking.
Dude, well, let's talk about that, man. Since you're out here stating your age, and I'm sure that you have heard more than your fair share of, dang, how does he do it? But I'm gonna ask you right now, dang, how do you do it? You've been in the game, like you said, 26 years. You were out of WWE for a while. You came back, and it looked like you were a dude, a rookie coming out of NXT. Just you were moving like you were straight out of high school.
So there's a saying in the back. Cody started, and then John Cena picked it up, and then some of the boys picked it up. They call me the Benjamin Button of the WWE.
There it is. You're going backwards, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna embrace that. That's cool. At first, when Cody said it, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, "No, that doesn't sound very good." You're saying I'm an old man. But it's cool now because I can go out there and a 20-year-old and a little bit faster than that in some cases.
Unbelievable. So during that time when you weren't on WWE TV, I mean, you were still working. You were still obviously getting your chops and doing shows and stuff. What was your regimen? What was your routine? How did you stay in that great shape? Because for real, when you came back, it was like you never left. It was like you didn't miss a beat. What were you doing?
Protein, man, and gym twice a day, DDP yoga. All those things, man. Just really, gotta stay moving. Right? Listen to it.
I know. Right now, Stardust is behind Goldust, and he's tackling and he's talking about Venus. And he really does.
This morning he hit me with some knowledge of Saturn being able to float in water. I'm like,
you mentioned that too, man. I know, dude. I was sitting here with Brie Bella, and he came and crashed the interview talking about that Venus doesn't have moon, or I have no idea.
It doesn't have seasons.
It doesn't have seasons. That's what he said. That's what he said. Venus doesn't have seasons. Yeah, but it's knowledge. I'm sure it's gonna come in handy eventually.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's a little wacky.
I doubt it too.
It's a little more wacky than myself.
I doubt it too. Hey, but I gotta say, not just over the last few months, over the last few months, when you and I'll say Cody, aka Stardust, we've been having like backstage vignettes. It's been some super cool, entertaining TV, man, and that's kind of saying a lot. Where you don't even have to step foot in the ring and still get the attention of people watching you on WWE TV. You guys both got the skills, man. You guys both got the mic skills.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It reminds me of the time Booker and I had our funny little skits in the back. This is a little different, though. It's like stepping into some kind of weird, I don't know. I can't really say it, but it's a lot of fun. I wish we could do that. I wish I could do that the rest of my career.
Really?
Those things are just fun. You know? I mean, the wrestling's fun too, but it definitely is starting to take a toll on my body. But doing the backstage stuff is really cool because I can just react to what he's saying and make goofy faces, you know, and say something weird, and it's just cool.
Well, what I want to know is, and kind of peeling back the curtain just a little bit, when your brother Cody comes to you and is like, hey man, I got this freaking idea. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be the tag team. Goldust, I got this idea for Stardust. What's your initial reaction, man? How does that conversation even go?
Like, what is Stardust? You know,
right.
What is it? What does he look like? How does he act? What's he going to do for us as a tag team?
Yeah.
And it's starting to grow on me.
It started to grow on you.
It's starting to grow.
It's starting to grow. Hasn't quite grown on you yet.
It has, but you know, it's still got room to maneuver. I mean, I see some good things coming in the future.
Cool.
I see something big with the Wyatts, the Usos, you know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and that's actually what I mentioned when I was talking to him. It's like you guys are way overdue to be thrown back into the tag team division. Like you need to be in the mix again.
We've been stuck with Five actually forever. You know what I'm saying? For the last like 3 months.
They've been the go-to tag team for
it's like, well, and I don't know what happened to the tag team. Doing so good, and then all of a sudden,
well, because honestly, I mean, just as a fan, and as a fan who kind of looks at the internet sites a little too often, I was kind of hoping, I know a whole lot of other people were hoping that, I mean, not that we were hoping for a breakup of Cody Rhodes and Goldust, but we were kind of hoping that eventually we could see Goldust versus Cody Rhodes at something like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam down the road. It kind of looked for a minute like it might be going that path, and then it kind of didn't.
Yeah, I think that's probably not going to happen.
Right. Is that something that you'd like to maybe just
Not so
experience
much
just as a,
anymore.
Okay.
You know, it was. No, it's, I don't know, man. We'll have to see where it kind of takes us, right?
But you're still having fun with it, though.
Oh, yes, definitely.
There it is. And that's most important. When you can go to work and have
It's
fun.
a lot of fun with them, especially.
That's gotta be cool.
Not every day you get to see with your brother and go out and do it. So,
Yeah, I mean, we've seen brothers team up in the past. I mean, parties and brothers like that. The fact that you can be on the road. You guys travel together. I'm assuming the same cars. Yeah, I'm sure that's got to be just freaking cool. I mean, kind of like kids again traveling on the road without mom and dad, though, right?
well, Cody and I don't travel anymore together. He likes to. He's got, you know, his wife and things like that. So
Got a flying saucer that I'm sure you'd like to take.
he does. So I kind of stick with Kane. Me and Kane travel together, and we don't like anybody else riding with us.
Well, dude, like you, that kind of makes sense. I mean, you and Kane are kind of the original regime. You guys came from the same era. You kind of ushered in the quote unquote Attitude Era.
We are. It's like a big show. Finley, Kane and I, and you know, Hunter. That's really all that's left.
That's crazy. That's
Everybody
gotta,
else is in their 20s.
That's got to be freaking awesome, though. Dude.
Yeah, that's
That's got to
cool.
be freaking cool. And you know, I just got to say, just as a fan, Goldust has always been one of my favorite characters, and I'm sure you've talked about this over and over and over again. I'm sure people always bring up Goldust versus Roddy Piper backstage brawl. That was one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen on pay-per-view. It's just something that people hadn't seen before. It was and it was fun. It was almost as if you guys were just kind of going along as you were doing it. It was a blast.
Well, we were. You know, I mean, we filmed the actual back lot brawl 2 weeks before WrestleMania. So it's a one-take thing, man. It was quite an ass kicker.
Hell yeah.
So it was a tough night. We both went to the hospital that night, and I'll never forget it, though. It was fun.
Dude, and the cool thing is, stuff like that, man, it's forever. It's on film forever, man.
Yep.
WWE Network forever.
Yes, it is.
Speaking
I
of,
got a lot of stuff on that.
dude, speaking of, because like I said, I'm a Goldust fan, but you know what I was specifically looking for? Because one of my, and it's kind of crazy that I say this, but one of my favorite times as Goldust, as a Goldust character, was when you were teamed up with Luna Vachon. And it was during the time when
Artist formerly known as.
Yes, when you were artist formerly known as. That was the craziest because, for those who don't know, Goldust wouldn't come out in his typical Goldust gear. You would come out dressed like in the most crazy, wacky.
Wild.
You had like a gag ball at one point. You dressed like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dude,
What was I thinking?
it was the freaking coolest thing,
TV,
dude.
you know?
Right?
What can we do to shock the world this week? You know?
Was that kind of the attitude around those days about, hey, let's see how far we can push it before people say, nah, that's way too far?
Well, they took it away from me in the other aspect, so
Got
we
it.
weren't allowed to do that. So this is the next best thing.
Got it. But that had been fun. That had been fun, though. Just trying to figure
It
out
was
how
okay. It was okay. That
What do you-
wasn't one of my favorite
runs.
times. Yeah.
What do you think was one of your favorite times in WWE, or even out of WWE? I mean,
First Goldust run, and then now.
cool. See, that's awesome. Do you kind of feel like this kind of going full circle? I mean, this is home.
I do.
Yeah.
This is home, definitely.
I think that's freaking awesome. When you were in that first run as Goldust, chasing the IC title against Razor Ramon and stuff, did you have a young Cody Rhodes kind of looking up to you and being like, you know what? I think I can do that with Big Bro.
I didn't get to, see my brother grow up so much, because I was on the road so much, and it's nice to hang out and be with him now.
That's got to be kind of cool. I mean, for
He
those
was
who
little, and he would watch TV at the end of the couch with Dad, when Goldust first came out and stuff. And Cody tells the story of him looking back at Dad, after my debut, and seeing him just watching the TV like, what is my son doing? And to me, it was just.
Yep, that's it.
Expecting him to do something.
Yep, Stardust rubbing heads as he's walking around LA Live. Rubbing
He's a
heads.
nut!
Uh-huh.
crazy.
That was a slight bushwhacker-ish.
A little weird, right?
To rub your head as he walked back.
I was expecting him to scare me. He does that a lot in the live events.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, hey, you brought up your lineage too, and I know you got limited time, but I cannot be talking to Goldust without bringing up the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Sure.
How cool is that to not only be teaming with your brother, but to have your dad backstage at events and just have him there?
Well, not only having him backstage at events, I'm teaming with dad too, so it's definitely come full circle. So I'm teaming with both of them. You don't get to do that every day. You know, this is very cool. We've actually been in the ring together one time at NXT before NXT was taken over to become what it is now.
The three of you? The three of you?
Wow. It was just a live event that we had like a 6-man match in Orlando. It was really cool.
Dude, see, that's awesome. Yeah. Again, that's a family tree that you got on film right there, man.
Very sweet.
That's awesome. Well, Goldust, I appreciate your time, man. And like I said, as a fan, I've always been a fan of Goldust because I kind of, like I said, grew up in that era. So what you did in the ring and out of the ring during that time totally influenced me and made me who I am today, which is a good man, brother.
All right. There you go,
good
brother.
man, brother. Goldust live in the building, WWE SummerSlam this Sunday, live on the WWE Network, live on pay-per-view. I appreciate your time. It's Q97.1.
Thanks, brother.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You mind if we take a couple quick pics?
Of course.
Oh, you're the man. Man, that's history right there. I appreciate that, man.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Yeah, this guy works till like 11 every day, so.
I never get compliments like that.
We never do.
You hear a lot of Yeah, you got some seniority.
I go, oh, he goes, yeah, man, I just,
In the right so,
I walked in. Yeah, I don't know how I got here.
Oh my God.
We go in. I go, tired.
He's got to worry about not re-injuring himself. He's got to chase that. Especially since he's the one guy showing everything.
What are you
You're the one right there jumping back here.
No problem, bro. See you tomorrow. Maybe I don't even know. I don't know if you're here or not. He's like, oh, yeah, man, that sounds good. So I had a WWE superstar in my room.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to ask it, no, I wasn't really right.
Good.
Okay, what? I don't know. It was the most surreal, bizarre thing I've ever heard. Yeah, no, I know.
You know she was fired.
Gotta move, baby. Get up and move, bro.
You're serious experience.
The only thing I would do is
That's not what I'm saying.
That's like when, you know, the mother who lit people up. John's match at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Hey, look at the time you were doing. So it's all whatever she does.
Do it again.
Brie Bella.
Hello.
Brie, your workout buddies are.
I know.
You talk to your right. Trying to have dinner before now, the fans is kind of close. There, so you want to see pictures and stuff
like that's a
Yeah. These guys are so good.
Yeah, you know what? I noticed that.
You're a great woman. Let's be there. Have a good Bryan. Oh yeah, we're Jimmy.
We have someone. Yeah.
Cool. Good. Cool, man. Yeah, cool. Love it. I like sound. Something else, cowbells. Dude, I know. So funny, dude.
I'm a mom, I can do that.
Yeah. Take it away. It's all good. Hang out. Go better my nose for a minute. Cool.
When you say yes, you are. Oh, okay. You're very wealthy. I don't know. Yeah.
Was there anything I know?
You guys were right first. Yeah, and I go, you had so scary. You were
Good. What's up? What's up?
What are you most excited for?
Oh, you're interviewing me? Horrible.
Thanks.
No, not yet. Oh.
After what happened wrong, here's the storyline that was really personal trainer. Right. It's not true, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you showed up. Right. We're freaking out. You cut that one, yeah.
UFC is on like sports. Oh, so you have to buy them.
We're gonna say your husband cheating with trainer or physical therapist. What do you do?
You haven't taken out my shows. It's funny too. You start on the reality show, you're further in the storyline, and a lot of guys go on. You sit there going like, not
it's sort of being
I don't want to feel weird.
Oh, I've heard. Making him look like right.
I feel like you're sort of baseball person. Jobs. I've spent years sleeping on dojo.
Kind of. Yeah, let's not get crazy. I know. I've heard me slightly in Brie Bella a little bit. Alive, Brie. That's true. You were open to certain things, but it got a little weird for us. But it turned out really nice, right? And Bryan is young.
So,
was that a battle? What was that about? Very. Me too. We need flowers. I'm sorry. Yes. SummerSlam is on Sunday. Brie Bella is a huge match. What is what do you think? How much is there?
Yeah, I think it was.
I was ready. I was
You were Stone Cold and Stephanie. I've been yes.
There were like 2 days before. Yeah. You live in the world of like, so you just walk into a store and say, "How does it go?" You said I could have an upgrade. Yeah, absolutely. So that's
You gotta check it out.
Don't have the rest of it.
Holy cow.
Right.
So take care of him on that 25, right? Take care of him on that 25.
Right. By the way, I do want every to get the vision of like. Well, he had this problem. This weird, he's,
You wanted me to.
No way. Oh my gosh, Brie Bella.
You know who does that?
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go right now.
Sitting there, and then this girl comes on stage and sings, and I was like, that's
Guys, I watched an interview with singer named Jason Bryan, and like the interview was on the Today Show, and they were like, this was the most bizarre story that Family already ever heard. Because he decided to use his money to grow out out of it.
yeah.
Yes, you can't. You have other people.
It's deleting. So you get tired of it.
So, I know.
My grandma built a house by himself. Well, I mean, like, my dad, right? But like, he built this house. And then, like, my dad had help. But my dad, he could redo a bathroom. Right. He could redo a bathroom. He couldn't build a house. Right. And I would kind of help right? So here we are in 2 generations. We've got the ability to build an entire house.
We got a good one.
Only being 6 months. And that is an
Alright, she's matched this red.
eventually you're going to have a kid. Yeah, look at the age of the car.
Right.
Because everything like we put it in like kitchen or like that's barbaric. That's, like as a child, the whole
Yes.
Well, speaking of mind-blowing, we were talking to Brie right before you got here about your house game. And as much as, you feel violated in the house game, and as much as vulnerability to the moment you realize outside that you're running out of like, I'm not catching when I catch it. How's it?
Better be good. What up, guys? Nikki, nice to meet you. Stand for it first.
No, well, yeah, it's all simultaneous.
Riz. Get it right.
Yeah, the lights got going.
I know,
Right.
Here I am like this.
But you also know when it grows. Right, yeah, well, they were, you know, if you were the kid's choice on it, you're a major. Okay, but when we walk right now, we want to talk so, but I never
I know.
Yeah.
Just wanted to wash your car.
Right. Well, that was probably ugly. To be like number one, man, looking out of his house. Number two, this is the guy from the house. Before we say any idea on your next? No, I
Absolutely will, I swear I will. Let me see.
But you don't sit around. I like that. Maybe that's good. That reminds me of. And then, you don't want to be already ready to
I'm giving you a heart attack over here. I'll admit, I used to
no place to hide. Start a podcast. Right, yeah. Maybe that's what.
30 seconds.
So you can say maybe water.
20 seconds.
Sure. And Good luck with everything. I was just saying. You know what would be awesome? I'm not going to screw it. Always takes a sledgehammer. I think that would blow everyone's mind. Yeah. You gotta have like a special belt. Lean out.
Okay.
Yo, Bryan. Danny Salas, good to meet you.
I'm Georgette.
Bryan, nice to meet you. Sam took all my questions, Simon. That's okay. Have a seat. Have a seat. Take a break. Take a drink. I know you've been we're like the last ones on your little tour right here.
Oh, excellent.
It's all good. So I do afternoons. We're in Fresno, so I do afternoons this week. Sort of afternoon drive.
Okay.
Bree said she's got some family in Fresno. So
Yeah.
really got to go and visit one of these days.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
That's cool. Everything going good?
Everything's going very well.
All right, cool. Oh, I'll be ready to rock whenever you are, man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready? All right. Sure you're hydrated? Yeah. All right. All the hits, Q97.1, Danny Salas, Afternoon Drive. I told you we were going to have special guests live up in the studio all afternoon. We are all the way live from LA Live, the Staples Center site of 2014 SummerSlam, WWE Network, and on pay-per-view this Sunday. Order it. And we are here with a bona fide former WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Among other titles he has held, we've got Daniel Bryan live in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, I appreciate you taking time.
Yeah, no problem.
And we kind of said this a little bit up there. I know you've been talking a whole lot already this morning. Really, there's nothing I'm sure I could ask you that you haven't answered already.
Do you know what, though? It's weird because people don't ask. I don't know if I talk about wrestling at all. people ask me,
who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's fun. You know, this kind of stuff is actually fun for me because it's like we just get in these weird conversations. You know, we were just talking about the NSA and that interview over there about this surveillance and all this kind of stuff, and we're just like, oh, okay.
Meanwhile, the suits are all like, you know, you got to promote SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got to supposed to be talking about the event.
Yeah, I'm not on it. So you know, so I just talk about whatever's fun. You know. Like, you know.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, first, elephant in the room, man. We got to get all the negative stuff out of the way. How's the neck?
So the neck is fine. It's the ulnar nerve coming out of the neck that is the issue. And so and so it's like I might have to get another surgery. That was scheduled actually for Tuesday. And the most frustrating part of all of this is just the back and forth. I need another surgery, dude. I might need another surgery. So we had scheduled it for Tuesday. We were all set to do it. And then they said, no, we're going to go get some more tests. I don't want to get the surgery. Right? But if I have to get the surgery, I want to do it as soon as possible because then I'm out for another 3 months.
Man.
So it's like, yeah.
So besides rehab, what have you been doing with your downtime?
Oh my gosh.
You're out of the ring time.
All I do is rehab.
Yeah.
Literally. It's like, I wake up, I take our little dog to doggy daycare.
Yeah, we know all about your dog. We know all about
and
your
then I go to physical therapy session number 1. Then I come home and eat real quick. And then I go to my ART appointment. And then I go to another physical therapist. And then I go to acupuncture. By the time you drive around to all these different places and get back, it's like you're exhausted. I have to go pick up the dog again. And then, try to cook some food and write a little, because I'm writing an autobiography. So
are you?
Yeah,
Cool.
so I'm writing.
Dude, that's cool.
So I'm doing some writing and stuff in the evenings, but by then I'm so tired I have no mental focus, and it's like, so I did this. And then
every chapter is about doggy daycare.
Yeah.
That's literally all I did today. So are you going the Mick Foley route and writing like literally in your own words your autobiography?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because I'm very slow at pretty much everything, and my writing process is also very slow. But they want this out very quick, so it's like, so yeah, it's I've been working with kind of an editor and sending them stuff, and like I was supposed to have the first chapter done by August 1st, and now here we are at like August whatever it is.
Time, brother. No, can't rush perfection, man.
But, yeah, so
Dude, well, that's cool, man. I look forward to reading that, man, because just reading the life of Daniel Bryan circa 2013 would be interesting enough.
Yeah.
Your whole journey up to that point would be enough. But man, hearing everything that happened prior to you signing with WWE, that's amazing, dude. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like honestly, I've always been a WWE fan. Not necessarily a wrestling fan, although as a wrestling fan, you got to be aware of New Japan and All Japan and all the indie feds and stuff. So even with that, even just being kind of a dedicated WWE fan, I've always known about Daniel Bryan, your previous name, Daniel Bryan. You're like one of the names that everyone kind of knew about, even though you weren't signed to the big league yet.
Right.
You were kind of the man who everybody knew about. Like if you were any kind of wrestling fan or WWE fan, you had to know about Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, it was interesting because I did a dark match in 2008. They were contemplating signing me then, and then I came out and I wrestled Lance Cade, and we were in Oakland, California, and I got this really good reaction. I was like, holy cow, these people know who I am, and like kind of took me back. I was like, oh, this is strange, But
dude, well, you mentioned Oakland. Oakland's like a huge freaking region for indie fans.
Yeah,
like they're hard for anywhere on the West Coast, man. In the West Coast, I'm sure you know that's freaking tons of indie fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. What name were you going by back in 08 when you had that dark match?
It was Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
So yeah, it was. I think they just had me come out with Bryan Danielson.
Son of a gun. So man, let me ask you this. Like, I mean, I kind of know the answer already because it's kind of been the character that you've been portrayed on TV. But did you always kind of consider yourself? Did you know that you were going to be kind of portrayed as the underdog coming into WWE from Indy?
I didn't know how it was going to be portrayed. And it's just interesting because it's like, I never expected success in WWE. To be honest, I had heard so many horror stories from a lot of my friends and stuff like that. It's just like not a lot of opportunities and stuff like that, and kind of that rang true for the first little bit that I was in WWE. Arn Anderson told me, he said, if you're going to make it here, the fans, you really need to get the fans behind you. Kind of like Jeff Hardy did. Jeff Hardy got what he got because the fans really got behind him.
Yeah, and so seeing where Jeff Hardy started, man, who would have picked him to be a future WWE champion?
Right, exactly. So, Arn kind of told me that. And that kind of, it ended up ringing true. But it's like, I didn't know. I would assume I'd always have to play that underdog role just because I'm smaller and everybody's bigger and you're in the land of the giants. But I've always hoped that they would at some point see that there was a potential for a character that's kind of like Hoist Gracie, where it's like Hoist Gracie was like smaller than everybody in those first UFC, but he was so good technically that you're just wait, no, here's this big monstrous muscled up guy and he's like in there with this little Brazilian guy.
A little badass.
And so like sure he might get punched a lot, but then he just turns around and there's the submission and like I'd kind of always hoped for something like that, but
dude, well that. And I kind of thought we had a chance to interview your wife. Congratulations, by the way. Everyone saw the wedding on Total Divas. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Talking to your wife kind of a little bit about peaks and valleys and stuff. When you first got signed, well, I'm going to say the first time you were kind of exposed a lot on WWE TV with the Nexus. And then kind of something happened. You were kind of released for a while. And how did that play on your psyche, man? I mean, you were like trying to get called up to WWE, boom, you do, and then all of a sudden something crappy happens. And
well, it's just interesting because I told Vince told me to fire me himself, and so it was very. I've had 2 conversations in my life with Vince on the phone where he's called me, right? And so the second one was that one where he was calling to fire me, but it was like I told him, I said. He said, I really apologize, but you have to do this. And I said, nope, I feel bad. I'm going to make more money this year than I've ever made in my career because that was a high-profile fire. And as soon as I got off the phone with him, I called Gabe Sapolsky, who used to be the booker of Water, and I said, Gabe, we're going to make a lot of money this summer. There's going to be a lot of people coming out. And there were, like, I did a Chikara show that next week, and they announced that I was on the show, I think they got an extra 200 people coming to the show or something like that. And like I had T-shirts, like somebody they had made me T-shirts in like a week, and there was so like all these T-shirts.
What did the T-shirts say? You allowed to say?
Yeah.
Something specifically related to
I
your
don't know. They didn't tell me not to say it. They said violence on a picture of me. And so it was like,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, it was you know, and then I come back to the nerd character. So
Right?
it's like, yeah.
Hey, but it's crazy because people were digging the whole Nexus vibe, and then when you came back, dude, people were freaking on board like you were like the savior, man.
Yeah.
You were a second coming. No, apologies to Chris Jericho, but yeah, you were like the second coming of Daniel Bryan. They freaking dug it, man.
Yeah, for a while, and then there was the nerd character, and then all that, and like it was like, you know, it's been up and down, like you said, peaks and valleys. It's you know, it's been a very interesting several years.
Right. And well, interesting to say the least, man. I mean, you have had just the most roller coaster career, really, just in the last year or so. It's just been up and up and up.
Well, it's interesting because like you know, people will talk to me about like how it must have been really hard on the independents, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was fun. And now there's hard parts, you know, like people think the injury is really hard. And it is, and it's frustrating, and it's not the best timing or anything, but it's still, like, it's fun. It's like, we literally have like, if you love wrestling, there are some people who got in this to be famous or make money or whatever, but if you're somebody who loves wrestling like I did, there's no better job. Like, and, you know, it's just one of those things where you feel very fortunate because this business doesn't owe you anything. Eva Marie taught me that, you know, when I was 19 years old. He said, this business doesn't owe you anything. Just because you come in and work hard doesn't mean that you should be getting all this stuff. You should, you know, like, you come in and we're lucky to do this. Because if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing something else that would be nearly as fun.
Right?
So,
like, I'm sure your worst day at work is better than your best day doing something else, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we all strive for, man.
Yeah.
Gotta enjoy what you do.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, let me ask you this. When was it that you knew that Daniel Bryan and your Yes chant were mainstream? Was there something that happened on an episode of Raw or somewhere else on TV that you were like, you know what? People freaking know me outside of the WWE universe.
No, and it's just funny because like little things will hit me, and because I don't take anything, I just take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just like, whatever, you know. But Titus O'Neil texted me. He said, hey, are you at your hotel room? I said, yeah. He said, turn on ESPN right now. And like, and so I turned on that Michigan State basketball thing, and I was like,
crazy.
Wow, like that is incredible. Like,
and there's no freaking doubt it was because of you, because literally nobody else is doing the Yes chant.
Yeah.
Except for maybe someone behind your back right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother Bryan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're here talking about materialism. You want to talk to us?
Easy.
I know, he's such a little nerd to me.
He
likes to pick on me.
Really? We got Nikki Bella getting picked on by Daniel
That's
Bryan
right.
right now.
Yeah, he always picks on me.
So
That's
literally,
because he
I've
loves
been
me
talking
so
to him
much.
for 12 minutes. It's been all about how materialistic you are. So that's all. That's 12 minutes of time. Dude, we're gonna have to do a whole
I wouldn't be
interview.
shocked.
What is your defense?
I am not materialistic. I appreciate and I'm grateful for all the amazing materials in the world.
I heart
appreciate
materials.
it. It's such hard work. I mean, leather like that, wow.
Right.
Think of all the animals that have died for that beautiful leather. I mean, it's just
It's not how they feel, it's
I
how
mean,
good
guys,
you look.
they're already dead. I mean, do we leave them in the stores and not get appreciated of the hard suffering they went through? Or do we buy it, in their memory?
She makes a valid point.
in honor of the cow that was
Hard
in honor of the cow that was tortured for this leather, for
Yes.
this jacket. I am going to buy it so that they will produce more and kill more
I
cows.
am going to remember you forever and just know I'm so sorry the suffering you went through. But I will always remember.
If there were ever...
She's talking, just so the viewer,
Yeah.
just so the listeners understand, she's talking to her purse.
Yeah, she's talking to her first.
They killed an entire cow for that purse. So.
No!
And worth
I
every
free
hoof
delay.
and snout. I would literally pay every dollar I have in my wallet to hear a Nikki Bella, Daniel Bryan debate about killing animals.
It would go on for
Right,
years.
that would be
He'll
great.
never, he's so stubborn, he wouldn't give up. And I'm stubborn and I wouldn't give
I
up.
know this.
We need to throw Brie in the mix.
All my money. all my money to hear that.
Somebody book it. Somebody book it.
Yeah, right? Honestly. Well, I guys be.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to you in a minute too.
No talking behind my back.
We promise nothing. We promise nothing. Well, cool. I know we got limited time, man. And I'm glad you brought up the Sports Center thing. Being on the West Coast, we are huge San Francisco Giants fans. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Watching the Giants game, and that's when we knew that Daniel Bryan was worldwide.
Yeah.
Because not only were the players, Hunter Pence specifically, doing the yes, yes chant after a home run, but on their Jumbotron at AT&T Park, they had the silhouettes of the yes. And I'm like, dude, Daniel Bryan and WWE is worldwide mainstream. That is friggin' awesome, man. So I congratulate you on that.
Well, how about this? I'm going to turn heel on your program right now.
Here we go.
So the Seahawks this year are
shoot.
going to destroy the 49ers. Destroy the 49ers. I hate to say it to all you Bay Area fans out there, but the Seahawks, NFC West, are going to take the whole league over. Boo, 49ers.
And just like that, every Bay Area football fan is no longer a Daniel Bryan fan.
Okay, but I will say this. I do, because we have so many 49ers fans on the roster, and I like to give them a lot of crap. But they will all say that when the Seahawks aren't in the playoffs, or once the Seahawks are out, I root for whoever's out of the NFC West.
All right, there you go.
So like the year before, I rooted for the 49ers.
Good,
the whole time. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take whatever we can get.
Yeah,
man.
so don't boo me when I come to the arena. I only boo the 49ers when they're playing the Seahawks.
Attaboy, there it is. Daniel Bryan, hey, good luck with absolutely everything. And again, just as a fan, man, you are a pleasure to watch every time you step into the ring, every time you have a mic in front of your face. I enjoy it, man, and I'd love to see your ride. And we were there at SummerSlam last year when he won the title for a couple seconds. And we were obviously watching at WrestleMania. Those are moments that are going to live on forever, man, and you've earned every second of those moments, and I appreciate everything you've done in the ring.
All right, thank you very much.
And last question, where are we going to have some wine? Because we told Lee, my wife and I want to buy you and your wife the least expensive bottle of vegan wine in LA, so let us know.
Oh, well, I've never drank in my entire life, which is weird. So, yeah, my wife loves wine, though, so she'll drink the whole bottle.
Near beer all around. Daniel Bryan, live and direct. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Q97.1. Man, you are awesome. I appreciate that again.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. You mind if we take a couple quick pictures?
Yep, no problem.
You're the man.
He's there right now.
Nicole's going to be hot at me.
That's why I was thinking I already have. I wish I could go right
Okay, you're our director, and we're borderline TV missionaries.
Good luck with everything, man. Good luck on the rehab.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think? Good? Good? Always good. I know. It's brilliant. Nice. You're a good picture.
Fred, yes.
Fred, yes in the house.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Fred, yes.
Not
Believe
Fred,
it.
no.
No, we don't say Fred, no.
No way.
Welcome. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. When you're up this early, it's like you'll be like on a high, and then you go down, and then you go on a high again.
Like Red
Your
Bull.
body-
Red Bull.
totally
Yeah,
okay.
right? It's
Totally.
like you crash, and then you have to chug more caffeine.
It's the life of a rock star, man.
Right?
Doing it.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So I do afternoon drive. Q97.1. So we record for afternoon drive. We're ready to rock and roll whenever you're ready. You ready?
Sweet, I am
Good.
ready.
All right, we rocking. All the hits. Q97.1. Danny Salas. Afternoon driving, and we're still live and direct from LA Live, the site of WWE SummerSlam Staples Center this Sunday. WWE Network. Subscribe now or available on pay-per-view. We have live and direct in front of my face the lovely Nikki Bella. How you feeling?
I am feeling good. I am waking up, but I am excited to be with Frez Yes in the house.
Yes, Frez
It is
Yes.
making me feel alive.
Right?
Yes.
We were talking to Brie a little earlier. She mentioned that you guys might have some family involved.
We do, yes. We have a lot of good friends there. And I mean, when you're from a farming family, well, I mean, Fresno is an amazing farming town.
Yeah, it is. You do any
We even
farming?
got fields there.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Sometimes I throw on the Christian Louboutins and I get in the field and I pick out lettuce with my heels. I did it when I was young, but you know, when you grow up, it's you kind of like, hey, cousins and brothers, you go do it.
Right.
Like the boys do it. The girls are like, yeah.
That works. So how you feeling this weekend? You excited for Sunday?
I am so fired up. I would say this weekend is about 2 words, and that's Brie mode. And I think we're going to see total Brie mode Sunday. I'm so excited for her, but on the other end, I'm nervous. Not only am I nervous for Brie, but I'm nervous for John. I mean, I think John has the toughest opponent in WWE history right now. I mean, no one gets this tougher than Brock Lesnar.
Right.
So I do have my nurse's outfit packed.
Easy.
And if anything happens, I'm throwing the nurse's outfit on and I'm going to take care of my man. But I honestly think he's going to come out with a victory. I think it's going to be a struggle, but I think John's going to be on top.
Question is, if you do have to use that nurse's outfit, will WWE cameras be anywhere in the vicinity?
You know, they might have to blur some spots, but they will be.
That's ratings,
I mean,
baby.
well, actually, Total Divas, we know their cameras will be there.
Right
So,
on.
yes.
That's
So,
ratings.
there's going to be some camera there. It might be my iPhone, but some camera's going to be involved.
The GoPro, underboard, whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever. That's awesome. So are you guys, can we expect to see you somewhere near your sister's corner on Sunday?
I'm hoping so. Like, I'm really hoping they let me sit ringside because, one, I want the best seat in the house. Like, my sister's fighting the boss. I mean, let's not even the wrestling industry. Let's just say any business. I think everyone might want to get at one point in a wrestling ring with their boss. You know?
Right.
I mean, sorry, bosses out there. My mom's a boss, but you know, sometimes you want to take it to your boss. So I want front row ringside seats. I want to see Brie take on a McMahon, Stephanie McMahon. So I'm hoping. I hope I don't get banned. I mean, we know the Authority. They always have tricks up their sleeve.
Right on.
She's a McMahon, so she's coming in fully prepared.
Right on.
She's gonna have her gun loaded and.
Hey, if all else fails, you can buy a front row ticket like your sister did a few
I
weeks
know,
back.
right? I mean, all my yeah, right? And then I'll probably get slapped. Yeah,
New trip.
I'll bring protectors.
All right, since you brought up Total Divas, I'm going to need to talk about your personal life for a second. Obviously, everybody knows your relationship with John Cena, the most popular man on the WWE roster.
I agree.
And you mentioned that he's obviously facing Brock Lesnar this Sunday. When did you guys first hook up? Like, when were you hooked up way back in 2012 when he first fought Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Yes. Because that was a pretty ridiculously violent match.
That was
It
very.
was a crazy violent
I
match.
think we started dating after it, actually. Well, so we had our 2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This past Saturday. So we celebrated 2 years, and it's been an amazing 2 years, I have to say. So I have. You know, he's this big, manly man, but yet he's extremely romantic.
And you know what's crazy is that and solely I hate to say it, I love to see John Cena on Total Divas. I love it. I love
Me too.
his, and I don't even want to say character because it totally legit seems like that's totally how you guys are.
Oh, that
with
is
each other,
him.
right?
He's hilarious, isn't he?
He is.
He literally is like one of the funniest guys in the world. People don't like realize that. I mean, yeah, when he's doing his promos on TV, you see he's funny, but you don't really get to see how funny he really
Yeah,
is.
because we see him kind of tell jokes on TV, but we don't really
Yeah.
see him just kind of be organically funny like he is on Total
Exactly,
Divas.
I agree.
I
And
understand.
I love when he's like a part of it all because one, it makes it fun, and I'm gonna get very comfortable in front of the cameras, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, John, he just cracks me up. Like I honestly, I was telling him the other night because he had me laughing so hard. I'm like, you're the funniest guy. And like I just adore him.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask you this question, and I asked your sister, and we were talking kind of like on the WWE Network, watching the Triple H documentary when he's talking about his relationship when he first started with Stephanie, and kind of Brie with Daniel Bryan. Did you ever have any conversations with family members, or even did you think to yourself, you know what, whatever I do in this business, I'm never going to date a wrestler. I cannot do that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, I think we say that right when we get into the business. Always as a girl, all the divas will be like, don't ever date a wrestler. And so you're like, I'm never going to date a wrestler. And, like, of course, you know, they're more my style anyways. I've always been more into jocks. And John, I have to say, I mean, if we're gonna just do outside appearances, that was always my dream guy. Like I've always loved blue eyes, you know, that hair, that body. He was like what I dreamed of. Like that's
Yeah, I
my
think you're
dream
making me
guy.
fall in love with them right now. The way you're describing him.
Yeah, very dreamy. But what's funny is Brie was more like I will never, like ever. And when I would see her and Bryan flirting backstage when we started that storyline, I'd be like, no. Like, you're going for a wrestler.
Right.
Like, it was kind of expected of me because I'm just wild and outgoing and, like, they're my type. But Brie, but then, of course, it's Bryan.
Right.
It's way different anyways.
Totally. They're a match, and you and John are a match.
Yeah.
It works. When's the next season of Total Divas going to start?
September 7th, Sunday, 9 p.m., and it's going to be awesome. I mean, of course, like always, there's a lot of drama. What's reality TV without drama? You know what? There's a lot of laughs, there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of love. You get to see, you know, John, you get to see a lot of John and I this season, and you get to kind of see, though, the ups and downs that we have to face with being in the entertainment business. Especially when someone gets sex scenes in movies. So you get to see that. And then you will get to see, you know, Brie and Bryan in their first year of marriage. And goodness, they've had a tough first year of marriage. Wow. And the camera captures it all. And then, you know, Eva, we know, like, she's already been married, but now we get to see her ceremony. And I'm sorry, we're all suckers for watching weddings. So we're going to get to see their wedding, and it's going to be fun. And I can't wait to get my wine buzz on this.
Right on. You know what I was going to ask you, too? Do you have kind of, like, can you, like, mix something? If something is, like, because you've got cameras on you all the freaking time for that show. Is there any time where you can just be like, you know what, guys, I need some non-TV time?
If I feel like something's absolutely bad, like, I'm like, okay, what I just said right now was not good, please
edit it out.
I think, thank goodness I haven't been in that situation yet. I think they would, because, you know, in the end, we have WWE protecting us.
Right.
So I'd be like, hey, this is a gift from Nikki Bella, you better delete it.
Right.
But thank God I haven't been in that situation yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's something that gives me nightmares every now and then. Like, I'm going to be like, shit.
Yeah, like, what did I say all day? What did I say literally every single hour of every single day?
Honestly. So thank God I haven't had to do any of that.
All right. Well, on the WWE side, when are we going to see you kind of striving for that Divas title again?
I'm hoping soon. I'm actually hoping that whatever Paige and AJ need to settle, they settle it this Sunday in the ring. And whoever wins, hey, you're mine next. I would love that. I want that.
Personally, I definitely want to see you again in the ring, and for no other reason, because I totally dig the backwards baseball cap.
Heck yeah, snapbacks for
Love that.
life.
Love it.
Thank you.
Nikki Bella, last words from Fresno, and last words about WWE SummerSlam this Sunday.
You know what, Fresno? I love you. Stay fearless, and let's all get into Bremo this Sunday and see a good Bella kick some booty.
There it is, Nikki Bella live up in the building. It's Q97.1. Thanks for your time. You are awesome. You're the best. You mind if we take a quick couple minutes?
Not at all.
You know, there's actually going to be a house show next Sunday in Fresno.
I was going to say, yeah, I think I'm booked on that one. Oh, no.
Oh, John's going to be there.
Yes, I am on that one.
Sweet. Let's go. What time
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Nikki.
I'll go with that.
It's cool, right? Still smiling? That's so funny. When they change his character to Rainbow Dallas.
I know, right?
Putting her on blast, Eric.
I felt like my arm was She just told us all that was like this.
I look so short. You. Forget your husband. You gotta text me.
It's so easy.
Oh, yeah.
You talk to my people. Talk to my people. All right. What's happening? Danny Solis, Q97.1, WWE, SummerSlam. We're doing these live interviews at LA Live. If you've been watching the live stream on Q97.com or our YouTube channel, obviously, thanks. I appreciate it. We've seen a lot of freaking cool superstars and divas so far, right? And this is just like the live stream. We're also videoing it, so we're going to have that on Q97.com pretty quick. On the audio and all that. Should be real cool. I'm not sure who's coming up next, but I see a lot of superstars and divas walking around, so just hang tight. Enjoy the live stream. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Maybe you can even back up a little bit and watch a couple of other interviews again. Thanks for tuning in. We're still going to be running.
Now you guys are
You guys go, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Chilling.
Yeah, he is. Well, and it's like either ideas or we are. All right, so I get it here now.
Put it outside. You say, you know what? They're hating. They are hating. There's a race. Last year, everybody was saying they were working on it. Everybody was worried to get All right, let me get to the third sheet.
You got stuff. Bird.
49.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
It didn't matter, you have no comments and you have no likes, no follows.
I know. Yeah. They're just thinking about a lot of.
Yeah, Nikki Bella is here.
Oh, really?
You know what? I just finished it.
Started running shouting about everything. That's actually the best part. I was talking to Brie, and she told me, of course, it's too big man, I was fascinated. Something with her.
I never know how to take it. My dad always tells me like you guys like put them back in.
And
Like I never know if he would. Just trying to
thanks.
emphasize. Yeah.
for the help. I appreciate it. I don't even know where I was going with that question. But somewhere, I'll be on somewhere with it. Oh no, I was going to like this. You're like, oh man.
Go use that.
You're cold.
No, you didn't.
Check.
Right? Take pictures. Oh, it is.
Like everybody just wanted to see me. Involves in final segments on Raw. Right.
Yep.
And then when I got to be a part of it,
I like that.
I know.
Forget to recap and all that
and I was like, I decided more like, hey, I made a There's only 4 of us in there
Number one is definitely. Number two.
Yeah.
25.
Damn.
Create a main
That's not bad. That's not bad.
which most of the time
Cheap, more technology.
but it actually worked like a slew of women. Like you watch this Total Divas show, have women watch that show or not?
You're like, so you know Martha Quinn or? Easy. Hey, what's up? Danny Solis, nice to meet you. Have a seat, make yourself comfy. Yeah. We're talking all morning, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's cool. You good? How you feeling? You feeling all right?
Yes.
Yeah?
You guys?
We're good. We're good.
Good.
So we're from Fresno. I do the afternoon drive, so we'll be recording it for the afternoon drive show.
Oh, cool.
So if you cuss or something, I can totally edit it out.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. So grab the mic. It's all you. If you're ready to rock, you ready to rock? Yeah.
Ready to rock.
Ready to rock. And oral. All the hits, Q97.1. Danny Solis, afternoon driving it. We're still all the way live at LA Live, right outside the Staples Center site of WWE SummerSlam 2014. And we are here with a bona fide certified diva. We have Eva Marie right up in the building. How you feeling?
Really good.
You feeling cool?
Yes.
All right, well, thanks for taking time. You
Thank
ready?
you for having me.
Ready for Sunday?
Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
So let me tell you this. We were here last year, sometime 2013, and that's when they had access outside, like in the quad area and stuff. And you had some cameras following you. How much has your life changed between SummerSlam 2013 and SummerSlam 2014?
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, right?
Yes, it is insane. Like, my life literally has changed overnight. I mean, dramatically from last year to this year. It's like, I mean, we're filming season 3 now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went to, and season 3 started September
7th.
Nice, right?
Yes. So, I mean, not only have I progressed in, you know, professionally, but also my personal life has just gotten crazy too.
Yeah, how's the marriage going?
Really good.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's kind of weird to like mention stuff that we see on Total Divas because of the whole like there's a time lapse right there, like it's totally like a delay. So a whole bunch of stuff could have happened between the time we see it on TV, right?
Well, and then in season 3, you're gonna see, you know, a little more with my family, but I am giving my family that wedding ceremony that they should have gotten.
Way to go.
Yes.
Way to go.
So you're going to see that go down, but it's a little dramatic just because, you know.
Because it's got to be, and plus, you're a firecracker. Everything you do is going to be dramatic.
Always causing some type of drama.
Right?
I'm like, geez.
All right, well, let me talk about your, I don't even want to say character. Let's talk about you. You can't even say character on Total Divas. Let's talk about you on Total Divas. So you are kind of, or you were from season 1, kind of positioned as, I don't even want to say the villain, but you're like the newbie, and you're kind of trying to earn your stripes, and you, on the show, we kind of saw you do some backhanded things and stuff, right?
Yeah.
How has that translated to you working with all those divas in the locker room on WWE TV?
You know, all I can say is, and you can see it in season 1, when I came in, you know, I had to ruffle the feathers a little bit and let them know that, like, some new blood's in town, especially the twins. I mean, they've been here for a while, so I had to let them know, like, Eva Marie is here and I'm bringing the heat, so, you know.
It was the vets versus the newbies.
Right? So, yeah, it definitely caused a little bit of drama and conflict in that locker room, and, but at the end of the day, we're sisters, it's a bond.
And you're all pros. You're pros, right?
And when it comes to what we have to do out in the ring, then it's like, you know, we put all of our drama aside and we'll handle business, and then, you know, kind of get into it.
Handle business. Hey, congratulations, by the way, speaking of in the ring, because you've been on my TV a lot more often lately than you have been. So good job.
Thank you.
So good job.
You.
I I kind of want to talk about something. I read an interview that someone did with you a while back about just kind of because you came up like almost straight to the main roster, almost. And a lot of the divas and superstars obviously came up through the indies and stuff like that. Did you get a lot of crap, and is that something that you kind of like a huge hill you had to overcome? Yeah.
Absolutely, because I'm a perfectionist, so I want to be the very best at everything or anything that I do. So it's very, very hard for me because I was an athlete my entire life, but going and stepping into the ring and being a wrestler is completely different. And like I'm learning it on the road and in front of millions of people. So that's
job training, baby.
Yes, and that is it's bittersweet, you know. So at first the criticism was like killed me, but now I embrace it, and just as long as I know that I'm busting my ass, and that's all that matters. So it's like bring on the hate. As long as you're talking, that's all I want.
Cream will rise to the top, right?
That's right.
Speaking of being a perfectionist, your hair looks dynamite, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Gotta know, since I got a lovely young lady to my left right now.
Yes.
Want to know how often you have to dye that bad boy?
It is an upkeep, ladies. Let me tell you. But I mean, it is my thing. I'll read everything.
Nice.
But yeah, I dye it like every 4 weeks.
Had a girl.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Well, I know you got limited time. You got all kind of diva stuff to do right now. Last words for Fresno, or talking about WWE SummerSlam for this Sunday. What you got?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm so excited for Brie and Seth. I mean, they main evented Raw. So that's huge for the Diva division itself. I mean, that's insane, and they handle business. So I'm excited for that match, and then they get ready for Brock to kind of take that title.
All right, cool. That's gonna be my question. Prediction, Brock? Yeah.
Yeah.
Between me and you, I'm totally Team Brock too.
Are you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I know. We can't tell Nikki.
I know. You got no
And then WrestleMania is going to be